In this clip, I'm going to be showing you how to use a Casio Graphical calculator in order to find standard deviation in a typical statistics S1 exam question. So here we have a typical exam question. It concerns itself with the number of items going through a checkout, and so we've got the various values here and the number of times they occurred. We need to find the mean and standard deviation of the number of items. Now if we didn't have a graphical calculator, we might be doing a long-winded method whereby we transpose a table, add 2 extra columns to it for fx and fx squared. You'd have to calculate these by typing them all into our calculator rapidly, one after the other, add them all up to find the totals, and then substitute them into the formula. Now, there isn't anything particularly hard about doing all this. It's just that it's quite a long process, and there is a possibility to make some mistakes somewhere along the line and therefore mess up your final answer. A better way is to use your graphical calculator to take the strain. Now this is an A-level exam, so I can't just type in all the numbers and write down the answer and expect to get all 5 marks available. I do need to show some method in an A-level exam, so I want to show you first how to use the statistics options in your calculator and also what you need to write down to get all 5 marks. Right, over to here where I've got the calculator. I first need to make sure I'm in the correct mode, so I'm going to select Stats. So I need to press 2 in the main menu. That brings up this screen here, which has got various spaces for entering lists and values. Now, I'm going to be using list 1 to hold my X values, and I'm going to be using list 2 to hold my F values. So all I need to do now is to type those into the calculator. So in list 1, I'm putting in my X values, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We then can use the right arrow to go to the next column, and I type in all my frequencies: 2, 7, 9, 11, 2 and 5. Now once I've got the data in, I need to choose the right thing on the list of options here in order to find standard deviation. There's actually quite a lot of things your calculator can do with these numbers, and I'm going to be using the calc option here, which is F2. When I press that, it gives me an option to do calculations with 1 variable or with 2 variables. The 2 variable option would be things like bivariate data, if you're looking for linear regression, which I'm going to show you in a future video clip. But for now, I'm going to be using 1 variable calculations. Now, before I do that, I need to check that the calculator is set up correctly. So in the set area here, I'm going to double check that the calculator is looking at the lists in the right way. We're going to do 1 variable calculations with the frequency table, and so my X values are going to be in list 1 and my F values are going to be in list 2. At the moment, the calculator is set up for all the frequencies being 1, so it's just set up for 1 list of data. So I need to change that so it looks into list 2 and reads out the frequencies. So list 1 will be my X values and list 2 will be my frequencies. Okay, done. So I can exit that, and then I'm going to select 1 variable calculations. The calculator now churns out lots and lots of calculations. Does all sorts of things. Look down here, it's got quartiles and medians and modes. Now I'm not really interested in all those in this particular question. I'm interested in these values at the top. X bar is actually the mean, so that's the value I'm going to write down over here. Then I've got all my various totals down here and my value for standard deviation. Now I need to write all this down. The first value I'm going to write down is sigma f, the value of my frequencies. Now on the graphical calculator, that's given by n, the sum of the elements. So it's 36. So next to sigma f, I'm going to write down 36. Now, sigma fx is given by this one here. So sigma x equals 235. So that's my value there, 235. And sigma fx squared is this one here, 1603. So that's 1603. Now, I don't need to do any calculating to find the mean. That's already given. 6.53 to 3 significant figures. So I just need to write that one down here. Now I suppose I could just write down the standard deviation as well, but I want to show my method to make sure I get all those 5 marks for this question. So I'm going to substitute the 3 values I've already written down into the formula, just to make sure I've got enough method to gain all the marks. So 1603 divided by sigma f, which is 36, minus the square of the mean, which is 6.53 squared. Now I don't need to type it all into my calculator because that's already been done for me. Now the calculator actually generates 2 values for standard deviation. This one is for the population and this one is for a sample, but you don't really need to know much about what those are for the moment. At A level we just need to know the top one, so this is the one we want. 1.38 is the value we'll write down. 1.38 to 3 significant figures. And that's it. I don't have to do any complicated calculating. All I need to do is to be able to type this table into the calculator and to be able to interpret this list of results it gives me. And that's it. If you found this video useful, then please do hit like. Your feedback is very valuable to me. I'm planning to make more videos on the use of the calculator, so if you subscribe, you'll be notified of any new content that I upload. If you have any ideas and requests for future videos, please comment below. Good luck with your exams and thank you for watching.